Hey everybody, Emma here, also known as 8vinyllow, bringing you all another video. Today's video is going to be another one of my music chat videos where I talk about random miscellaneous music and vinyl community related things happening in my life that doesn't necessarily fit into a vinyl haul or specific vinyl or record or album video. So this is kind of where I jumble up a bunch of stuff happening that's music related that I feel like talking about on the channel. So we're going to be talking about Billy Idol today. I had a chance to actually go see Billy Idol and his band, Steve Stevens and so on, perform a couple of days ago, so I'll kind of share the experience from that. We'll also be talking about vinyl community meetups and actually going to be showing you something that just came in the mail right before I sat down to film this. So like I said, a bunch of random stuff all over. We'll start out with what just came in the mail today. Literally right before I sat down to film this video, I got this in. This is something that I ordered actually a few days ago and it's already in, which is awesome. It's a CD, so I figured that I would show it in this video instead of my usual monthly August vinyl haul video. So this is a bootleg. This is an FM broadcast of course, Cheap Trick. This is with Dave Edmunds. And this was a show from February 3rd, 1979 in Liverpool, England, the Liverpool University. Dave Edmunds plays on a couple of songs with Cheap Trick on this recording. Let It Rock, The Promised Land. The set list goes as such. Stiff Competition they kick off with, which is pretty cool. Then it gets into On Top of the World, Big Eyes, Ain't That a Shame. Then it does the Dave Edmunds tunes, Let It Rock, The Promised Land. Then they go into Need Your Love, I Want You to Want Me, California Man, and Surrender. So I've been on like a huge Cheap Trick bootleg live recordings kick recently. So when I saw this was like a must-have addition to the collection. So this just came in. I'm excited to open this up and actually give it a listen. Another thing that I wanted to mention in this video is that there was a VC meetup over the weekend, last weekend. Me and my boyfriend went over to hang out with Jeff Kempen here in the vinyl community, and his wife Cora and daughter Molly. We had just a really nice time. They invited us over for dinner and a listening session. First off, Jeff is a fantastic cook, so I'm inviting everybody over to your house, Jeff, but if you ever find yourself in Chicago, try to hook up with Jeff because absolutely incredible. Had some chicken, had some potatoes and biscuits. It was just really good. Corn on the cob, the whole thing. So he definitely hooked it up. So thank you so much to Jeff and Cora. Molly made delicious cookies. That was an absolute blast. We just talked about random things. We talked about music related things and vinyl community things. We had a listening session. We listened to Stevie Ray Vaughan's One Step. He had just bought new speakers. I finally was able to hear them in person. They sound absolutely fantastic. That was the first time I ever heard a One Step, and on that system, just amazing. My mind was blown. So you can't go wrong with Stevie Ray Vaughan, but then to have a One Step version in that setup was just absolutely awesome. But like I said, we talked about music. We played a little bit, like 20 seconds of Trout Mask Replica, which boo. And talked music, had some drinks, made some phone calls, and it was just a really fun night. So thank you again to Jeff, Cora, and Molly for inviting us over. Definitely hope to do it again soon. Another thing that I want to mention really quickly is that the Nashville Documentary, the youngest members of the VC Take Nashville Documentary, that's been up now for a couple of days, and I just have to say that reception has been absolutely amazing. We did a premiere with the documentary last Friday morning, and there were actually people coming in and doing the live chat, and we had fun discussions, and it's a long documentary. It's 2.5 hours, and we kind of warn you before that, but I just wanted to take the time here to thank everybody that has taken the time to reach out and talk about the documentary, or who have taken the time to sit down and watch the documentary. It's just been, that reception has been absolutely incredible. The last thing that I want to talk about is my Billy Idol concert experience. So I went to go see Billy Idol on Saturday. That was the first time that I'd ever seen him, and I've always, I've enjoyed Billy Idol. I enjoy his solo material, but most importantly, at least to me, I'm really into his material with Generation X. So I figured that I would talk a little bit about the concert experience that I had, maybe show you some clips in this video. And then since this is a vinyl vinyl record channel, I figured that I'd show you my Billy Idol and Generation X collection. So like I said, we saw Billy Idol on Saturday night, and absolutely incredible. If there was one word that I had to use to describe the performance that I saw, it would just be energy. That guy, I think he's like 65 years old. He has so much energy, and so does his band. Steve Stevens sounded absolutely incredible. They brought out the hits. They brought out some newer material that I think is going to be coming out. I think he mentioned a new EP that's going to be coming out over the next month or couple months or so. So keep an eye out for that if you're a big Billy Idol fan. The couple of songs that he did that he said were going to be featured on the EP were pretty solid. So if that's something that interests you, definitely keep an eye out for that. But of course, outside of that, he played the hits. He did Dancing with Myself, Flash for Fantasy, Eyes Without a Face, the Moni Moni cover. He did White Wedding, and so on. So just a fantastic performance. He did a phenomenal job, and I definitely was not disappointed after that show. Some goodies from that show. First off, I have to give props to Billy Idol and the band for being so fan-friendly. Not only do they have really good on-stage interactions with fans, but they also do really cool things with concert memorabilia and things like that. Billy, he hands out like signed drumsticks throughout the night, signed set lists, and he also signs paper plates and throws them out like frisbees. So not only do the people in the front get set lists and drumsticks, but people in the back, paper plates, if you throw them well enough, they can find they can go the distance. All right. So actually, we were lucky enough. My boyfriend ended up catching this, a signed Billy Idol paper plate, but really cool to have his signature on there. Signed Billy Idol paper plate from our show on August 7th, 21. I guess they put some stickers on there. But like I said, just the fan interaction is fantastic. So I'm a huge fan of Billy Idol now, even more so than I was just from the performance and the interactions that they had. I also caught this drumstick from the drummer. He threw out a bunch at the end of the show. I kind of looked at him and put my hands up, and he got this right to me. So that's a really cool addition to the collection. And then you guys know how I feel about guitar picks. I collect guitar picks. That's my other love outside of collecting vinyl records. Not only did I catch a guitar pick, I caught 3 of them. So one of them, or 2 of them, I should say. These 2 are kind of the exact same. This one looks more played. You can kind of, I don't know if you can see, but Billy Idol, signature on the back. I don't know if they just throw these out at the end of the show for fans or if Steve Stevens uses these. I don't know if he uses specific custom Steve Stevens pick, at least on this tour, I'm not sure. That's the same one. And then after the show, a guitar tech or someone on stage, a stagehand, brought me this pick. I don't know whose pick this is. I'm guessing this might be Billy Morrison's pick, who also plays guitar in the band. I don't know. So if you know whose guitar pick this is, let me know. I'd love to know what the heck this is. So those are the goodies that I caught from that show. Like I said, overall, absolutely fantastic job. All right, let's run through my Billy Idol collection. It's not that huge, but I figured that I would share it since we were kind of talking about Billy Idol here on this channel. So first and foremost, I have Billy Idol, self-titled debut album from 1982. This is actually the other cover from the 1983 reissue. Classic album with, of course, White Wedding on here and Dancing with Myself. Those would be the two big ones, but there's also good songs in here like Hole in the Wall, It's So Cruel, Dead on Arrival, Nobody's Business. Really, really solid Billy Idol release. Next thing I want to show, now I don't have this on vinyl record, eventually I'll pick it up, but I've had this on CD for quite a while now. Classic Billy Idol, Rebel Yell, of course, with the song Rebel Yell on here, but not only that, you have Eyes Without a Face, you have Flesh for Fantasy. I have to say I'm a huge fan of Flesh for Fantasy. It's a great song off of this album, but hearing that live, they do an amazing live rendition of that song, so that was almost, that was probably one of my favorites of the night. And then it gets into Crank Call, Catch My Fall, The Dead Next Door. Really, really great release again from Billy Idol. The last thing that I'm going to show is my complete collection of the Generation X releases and albums. Of course, Generation X, punk band formed in England in 1976. We'll kick off with their debut self-titled album, Generation X. This has one of my favorite Generation X songs, which is 100 Punks. Not only is that one of my favorite songs, but I was able to hear that song live on Saturday night. They actually played 100 Punks, and I have to say that was by far the highlight of my entire night. They also have the Gimme Some Truth title. They kick off with that on the album, or title, cover, Gimme Some Truth, gets into Wild Youth, From the Heart, Ready, Steady, Go, Kleenex, Promises, Promises, Day by Day, 100 Punks, Your Generation, Kiss Me Deadly, Wild Dove, Youth, 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 which is, Youth, Youth, Youth is another fantastic Generation X album. So there's the debut. This album from 1979. This is Generation X, Valley of the Dolls. Trying to remember what songs are on here. Let's see. Kicks off with Running with the Boss Sound, Night of the Cadillacs, Paradise West, Friday's Angels, King Rocker, Valley of the Dolls, right? English Dream, Love Like Fire, Prime of Kenny Silvers, parts 1 and 2. This one commercially did okay. The first one, I think, commercially did the best, if I remember. This one did okay. Next one is from 1981. This is when they shortened their name to Gen X. This is Kiss Me Deadly. Look at the songs real quickly on here. Dancing with Myself is on here. Untouchables, Happy People, Heaven's Inside, Triumph, great song. Revenge, Stars Look Down, What Do You Want, Poison, and Oh Mother. Commercially, this did not do well, and the band shortly disbanded after the release of this album. Last but not least, we have a release from 1998. Now, the songs on this album were originally recorded in 1973, so chronologically, it would have actually been their third studio album. I can't remember the exact story on why this was never released, so someone help me in the comments below. It's not coming to me right now, but again, this officially was not released until 1998. Generation X, KMD, Sweet Revenge. And this is actually one of the best sounding albums in my collection on 220 gram vinyl. Let you see the back there. Again, recorded 1979. But with that, everybody, that's it for this video. I hope that all of you are doing well, staying safe, and I will see you guys for my next video. Bye, guys.